Well, so far tonight we've been talking about America and gods and mummies, as people do. And we want to explore, sort of along those same lines, a little bit further with a game called What Kind of Monster Are You? Now, I'm going to ask Neil and Josh about important historical figures, and they are going to reveal what kinds of monsters those figures actually are. And we need a little bit of extra help with this, so can we please welcome from Rifftrax and from Mystery Science Theater 3000, Crow and Tom Servo, Bill Corbett and Kevin Murphy.
Hi, Wits. Hi, Neil. Hi, Josh.
Hi, folks.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Gentlemen, now Bill and Kevin, as most people know, are experts on American historical paranormal taxonomy.
Of course, yes.
And they have the answers. They have the actual facts and have done the actual research. So we're just going to quiz Neil and Josh here.
Just want you guys to know we're not here to judge you.
Actually,
But you're the judges.
But we are your judges, yes.
So let's get started. And Neil, we'll.
I just want to say that if I die and, I go to my final reward and the light goes up and there's Bill and Kevin saying, we are your judges,
Yeah.
Ha ha, love
You
God.
are totally boned, Neil, that's right.
You've done it all wrong. Well, let's get started with you, Neil. And what kind of monster are you, Marilyn Monroe?
Marilyn Monroe, actually, a lot of people think, completely mistakenly, that Marilyn Monroe was some kind of succubus. And you're wrong. Marilyn Monroe, actually, has any of you seen the film The Creature from the Black Lagoon? She was actually one of those in a really tightly fitting human suit, which was why she bulged. All of the bulges and curves were actually trying to squeeze huge sea monster into girl suit.
Sea monster in latex human skin suit. Bill and Kevin?
You're on the right track, Neil. She's actually a cave troll. Yeah.
Cave troll.
I mean, a hideous monster, to be sure. See, the problem was she was born into a family of cave trolls where hideousness is valued.
Okay.
And so she had to sort of go into exile, and she never quite got her self-esteem back, kind of like a candle in the wind.
I believe that
Which is what cave trolls eat, actually.
candles in the wind. I believe this particular cave was in the Black Lagoon, so you were on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay, so partial credit.
Partial credit for
All right.
Neil.
Well, let's move on. Josh Ritter, you're next. What kind of monster is Thomas Edison?
Poor Josh.
This is a fascinating question. I was raised by my mother and father, who I guess belonged to sort of a sacred and sort of half-secret priesthood of elf murderers, and we're always, so I was sort of brought up to know which ones the elves were, and to take action. And Thomas Edison was an elf. He was killed late in his life by my great-grandfather.
What a coincidence, I have to say.
Bill and Kevin? Thomas
And
Edison.
shockingly enough, you're right.
Okay. Nailed it.
And Josh, I believe it's time for you to come out right now and tell everybody that you are, as were your ancestors, an elf murderer.
Thank you for your service.
He was.
Absolutely. I just want to say, watch out, Kelsey Grammer. I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first.
Neil Gaiman, back to you with Muhammad Ali.
Oh, of course. Well, oddly enough, most people, I think, these days have actually figured this one out. So, this is going to be easy, and I will obviously get the points because...
Pressure.
Yeah, because Muhammad Ali was a robot.
Robot.
Yes, a killer robot. And a failed killer robot. Because, as you know, he failed to kill people.
Right, he just punched them.
Just punching, huge punching, punch.
He couldn't close.
Whose idea was this game?
I think it's part of our grant money for historical.
Can you Chubb Foundation?
Well, Neil, it's obvious you've been spending too much time around Daleks. Just a little misdirected on that because he is actually, Muhammad Ali is known, he's the elusive Kentucky Goblin. We all know that famous monster from Kentucky only lives in Kentucky, and it's a powerful, elusive creature who also happens to be...
Floats like a butterfly, stings like a goblin.
Like a goblin, exactly. Right. Now you remember, yes. His only weakness was his allergy to shellfish. Something that if Joe Frazier had known at the time, history would be a lot different than it is right now.
Not a lot of shellfish
Because he
in
could have,
Kentucky.
covered his boxing gloves with
Prawns.
crabs and
Now
prawns.
you're thinking, Neil.
Yeah.
That's the imagination we've needed from you all these years.
All right. Well, again, we learned tonight. Imagination, not so much
not as
there.
strong
Not
suit.
so much there. All right. Well,
I know, but I like to think of this. This is educational. All
Sure.
of these people are learning things. They can go back out into the
Absolutely.
world. They can tell them things they've learned from us,
well,
from Bill, from Kevin, and they will get laughed at.
let's
You're
see,
welcome.
Let's see if
Welcome to
Josh
our world.
Ritter. Let's see if Josh Ritter can hold on to his, I guess, commanding lead at this point, with Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, Benjamin Franklin. He wasn't actually a monster. He was, and you know this already.
Obviously, yes.
He was actually
Monster fighter.
sort of a fertility goddess.
Who fight monsters between bouts of fertility. Yes.
He also invented the glass harmonica
He did.
and used all over the world when people want to get lucky. So.
You are a wonderful songwriter, but you're 100% wrong here. You've heard of werewolves? Benjamin Franklin was a were-turkey.
Oh,
This explains why he wanted the national bird to be the turkey.
bird.
Makes sense now, doesn't
Thoroughly
it?
self-promotional.
how would he transform from founding father to turkey?
How would he transform? Well, the full moon thing holds.
Once you've
but-
been bitten by a were-turkey,
yeah.
you, in your turn, will...
Gravy.
That has nothing to do with our bit. Kevin is just having a stroke.
As I understand were-turkeys, they never really prospered because they're quite easy to get away from.
Yeah. They're not very
just sort of
temperamental.
walk.
They're happy
Even
to go out
even
and
a
eat
man
bugs.
who is pure in heart and says his prayer at night can become a turkey.
There you go.
Just-
When the
that's where
turkey
it stops.
bane blooms.
When the turkey flower blossoms. All right, so Josh, sorry didn't do so well in that round. Neil, over to you. Emily Dickinson, what kind of
Oh,
monster
call
is
her
she?
not by that name. Let us use the name that Emily Dickinson has become more famous for ever since. Let us call her Great Cthulhu.
Peace be upon him. Is that what you say after Cthulhu? No.
I am saying, Emily Dickinson, the poety one.
Neil, you are absolutely right on this one.
Okay. Congratulations, Neil.
I'm nobody. Who are you? I am pure evil. That's who I am.
But I shan't leave my room in Amherst. And the evil was contained.
Well, it's why nobody noticed her tentacled face, and her large beak. It's because she never left her room.
Naturally.
And
Brilliant
I hope
strategy.
what we're actually going to get now is people doing the hand tentacle thing when they talk about the poems of Emily Dickinson. Not a great radio joke, but Emily
the
Dickinson.
Belle of Amherst. Belle of Amherst.
We are holding our hands up to our chins and we are wiggling our fingers, radio friends.
That's one of those things. It's like rock, paper, scissors, Cthulhu. Cthulhu wins.
It's not a fun game.
No.
No, come on.
And finally, Josh Ritter, back to you. Final question. Great American, what kind of monster are they? Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton, he goes by so many names. Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Las Vegas, the Midnight Idol. But you can tell, like so many so many great monsters, kind of, who he actually is. And really, when you look into his eyes, the eyes that are normally so kind and Dankeschön and stuff like that, and singing, and you just look at it, you keep looking, you see, and then you start to notice with the tan and everything, who it actually is, and that's...
I'm going to say get to the point, Josh. I think you spin on your wheel.
Well, you just never see John Boehner and Wayne Newton in the same place at the same time.
Are you saying he's a Speaker of the House?
On a full moon.
And not too long ago, you never saw Nancy Pelosi at a Wayne Newton show either. So maybe it goes with The Office.
Yeah. Dennis Hastert.
Kevin and Bill, what do you say?
Well, I think it's a possibility considering that Wayne Newton is an entertainment cyborg sent back from the future to lull us into a sense of complacency, which could be almost said about John Boehner at the same time.
Right. An entertainment cyborg.
But luckily for us, another super intelligent hyper being was sent back from the past to shake us out of this complacency that Wayne Newton put us all into. And of course, that hyper intelligent super being's name is Amanda Palmer.
Way to kiss up to the guest.
Wow. All right. Again, creating the possibility for wonderful musical duets. Well, that's all the questions. Kevin and Bill, how do the scores add up?
I think they got $2 each, and you can have the option of murderous or toilet plungy.
Are you able to declare a winner between the two of them?
I think the American listening public is the winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say, Emily Dickinson came off pretty good.
I agree. Well, Kevin and Bill, thank you so much. And
Thanks,
let's have a
guys.
hand for both of our contestants, everybody.
Hooray!